Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Life at 10, where we sit down with the people who make 10 Leaves what it is beyond the business, beyond the roles, and beyond the titles. This is your host, Bhumika Arora, and today I am joined by Andal Seshadri, a legal counsel at Legability by 10 Leaves. In addition to being a part of our legal team, Andal is also a Web3 lawyer, tokenization specialist, and the Dubai chapter lead for SheFi. Over the past few years, she has built a unique career at the intersection of law, technology, innovation, and community building. Andal, welcome to Life at 10.
Hi, Bhumika. I'm so happy to be talking to you today, and I'm so excited to be on the podcast.
Yes, Andal, same here. Finally, this is happening. Yes. All right. So, Andal, we'll dive straight into the list of questions that I have for you today. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's start.
All right. All right. So, Andal, we will start with the very basic. What exactly do you do at Legability by 10 Leaves? And what does a typical day look like for you?
Well, that's a really interesting question, Bhumika. What I do at 10 Leaves is I'm a legal counsel, particularly, which means that I handle the internal legal work of the group of companies, but I also handle the
Mm-hmm.
legal work of all our clients. So that includes the clients of 10 Leaves and the legal wing Legability as well. While it's mostly corporate and commercial work, I specialize in virtual or digital assets, depending on where the regulator is. And I specialize in DIFC, ADGM, and VARA licensing particularly. And I could say that's where around 60 to 70% of my work lies.
Mm-hmm.
And to answer your question about what a normal day in my life as legal counsel here at 10 Leaves is, well, we're supposed to start at 9 a.m., but because we have amazing flexibility, I think it really depends on when we meet our clients and our own convenience. Our working hours are 9 to 6, but sometimes we start a little earlier, sometimes we start a little later. As long as we get the job done and as long as we're on top of our clients' needs, I think we're quite flexible when it comes to that. My day usually starts with checking up on emails and seeing if there are any updates that need to be sent, if there are any deadlines that are a little closer than we would expect, if there's anything that needs any urgent work. That's what my priority is. The first half an hour is usually structuring the entire day. I then use the morning and afternoon hours to focus on deep work instead of other kinds of communication. I usually sit down, and when it comes to maybe drafting a regulatory business plan for VARA or maybe cookies and privacy policies for DIFC, anything that requires a deep and uninterrupted amount of focus, that's usually what I'm focusing on. After that,
Mm-hmm.
the evening hours are mostly for client meetings and then internal meetings with the team to see if there's any coordination that's required, if there are any new matters that I need to advise on. And we usually try to focus also on building our content wing. And I think we're exploring social media and different partnerships as well. So the business development part of the role usually happens towards the later few hours. And yeah, I think that's an entire day at 10 Leaves.
Wow, wow. That sounds like a very, very well planned day.
And I think your day is quite similar as well, right?
Yeah, I think all of us, because of the flexibility that we've been given at 10 Leaves, that, we can plan our days ourselves and according to the schedule that we are supposed to follow. I think everybody has been doing that. We are checking emails when we begin the day and then followed by the actual work that is needed to be done. And then the later part of the day, we can actually have the meetings that are lined up. So, yeah, I think moreover, the same for all of us.
Yeah, and I think that the whole flexibility structure kind of makes us a little bit more efficient than we would be if we did things more traditionally, if we commuted to office every day and did the traditional nine to
Yeah,
five or 9 to 6.
right.
Um, so I think this
I
allows
agree.
us,
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, also, because we have this flexibility of kind of designing our day the way we want to, then you can put in those small 10-minute breaks where you actually feel exhausted, just get up, go around, finish a little task, and then you can come back and work. So that really helps.
Yeah, I think that's extremely important because every person is also different, and some people they focus better during the day, some people they focus better during the
Absolutely.
evening hours. So you're able to personalize and customize your schedule to, to be the most efficient person you can, and it also helps to balance out your other priorities and commitments in life. I think especially when you have children, this allows you to spend more time.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that. Yes, yes. For people like us, I mean, I also take care of my daughter once she's back from school. So then, you keep juggling between work and then motherhood and then taking care of the house. So the whole flexible thing really helps.
Yeah, I think this allows professionals to come from more inclusive backgrounds. I think like new mothers or people who are just married or people with other kinds of commitments, they would normally find it hard to balance out these schedules. But this kind of flexibility allows everyone to become professionals, and yeah, I truly appreciate that here.
Yes, I think it's whoever has I mean whoever I have spoken to about the whole the structure at 10 leaves and our work style. I think everybody is really very appreciative of the whole system. So yeah. Okay, so Andal, moving on to my next question. So I'm very interested in knowing, like, how did you first get into technology law and Web3? Like, was there a particular moment that sparked that interest?
Well, I think I can trace that interest back to law school. Now, I did the
Mm-hmm.
5 year BA LLB degree from OP Jindal Global University, and it was an amazing experience. I truly believe I was blessed in the law school that I went to. And I was lucky because I received a scholarship because of my high score in the LSAT India exam. Otherwise, I think
Okay.
it's one of the most expensive law schools in India.
Uh-huh.
So we definitely put the fee to good use because our professors they have quite an international background, and because of that multicultural background, they also bring different teaching techniques from around the world. You have the Socratic method that became famous in Oxford and Cambridge and a lot of UK universities. Then you have the open ended and creative electives that the US law schools are known for. I particularly in my third year of law school started exploring technology law and IP law. I think that was my start. I've always resonated with creators and artists and people who build and create things and just have them out there in the world. And I've also feel like I have a little bit of a founder's bug in me. So, to
Uh-huh.
protect the interests and protect the creations of people who actually contribute to society, I think that's what inspired me to get into IP law and technology law. And at that point, I think data protection law was also building. Virtual assets was not really talked about as much as existing practice. It was more theoretical at that point, especially in India, which I think has taken its time to get into the legalities of virtual assets. So, after giving myself this very broad background in technology law, I started doing internships in tier one law firms in India in their technology and IB teams. These firms include AZB and Trilegal, particularly in Mumbai, in their Mumbai offices. And
Mhm.
after that, I started exploring the concept of virtual assets law and AI governance, and felt like the move to Dubai would um, would allow me more growth opportunities and also the ability to explore fields that weren't very present where I was. And yeah, that's why I moved to Dubai. My first job was in an Emirati law firm in Barsha. And
When
I
was this, Andal? Sorry, I'm interrupting you. When did you move to Dubai?
um I think around 4 years ago. I'm not exactly sure, but around 4 to 5 years ago.
Okay, okay, okay.
And yeah, I started out in commercial law, which
Mm-hmm,
is uh, what most lawyers, when before they specialize, you're supposed to have this very broad understanding of contracts, company law, civil transaction laws. So that's where my background began. And then a client came to us. They were a multinational company that was already in traditional finance, and they just heard about this new regulator around 2022 to 2023. This is when it happened, called VARA, and they
mm-hmm.
want this jurisdictional analysis to see whether they should set up in the UAE under VARA, or whether they should explore the US or Europe and those regulators instead. And that was my first exposure to VARA, particularly. After doing this review, this report that they needed, I started getting in touch with certain people in VARA. I started making my connections, learning more about the field. And I I think I understood that the key concepts of virtual assets, which is autonomy and decentralization, and building a free system for yourself and for trade and commerce that's outside the limits of traditional finance. It's more inclusive and
Mm-hmm.
less restrictive in for founders, but also for the global community, also for communities that traditionally don't get access to funding. And I think I fell in love with that entire concept. And
Yeah, right.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I also, yeah,
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
And no, that's where my interest began. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I keep looking at your LinkedIn profile as well. I mean, I think you also put in a lot of content related to Vara. So definitely, I feel that that interests you a lot.
Yeah. And honestly, the work is quite interesting. So, Vara is known to be the world's first standalone regulator for virtual assets. That means that the Dubai government and DWTC and the entire framework, they were uh, visionaries to the effect that they realized that instead of just a traditional finance ministry or entity trying to grow virtual assets as part of its framework, they understood that this industry would need something completely of its own, and that it is quite different and should be regulated quite differently as well. So it actually is a very cutting edge innovator and industry leader when you think about it. And I think because Vara is so interesting as an entity itself, anyone who works on
Mhm.
it is going to develop uh, an increasing form of interest in the whole subject matter itself.
Right, I'm sure. I'm sure. Okay, Andal, I think we've discussed enough about your work and what you
Yeah.
do at 10 Leaves and how your day looks like. So Andal, most people know you as a lawyer. What's something about Andal outside of work that people might not know?
Well, I don't know if I'm answering this question correctly because I guess it is a little work related, but not really related to the legal counsel job as such. I happen
Okay.
to be a community leader in Web3 as well. The community is called SheFi. It's the world's largest organization for women in Web3. And I got into the whole community around 2 years ago when I wanted to develop my technical and business understanding of Web3. And I
Mm-hmm.
first started the program by entering this course. As such, it was a 2 month course. And after that, I got selected to be the Dubai chapter lead for the community. And honestly, it's been so much fun. I get to organize events for my group of friends. That's honestly what it feels like. And some of them are more structured events. They're like panel discussions and conferences but some of them are just pure fun. Some of them are brunches. I organized this camping trip in Al Qudra for leaders of the Web3 community in Dubai. So we've had marketing managers from the big blockchain companies. We've had we've had a lot of KOLs, that's influencers, but for the crypto community. We've had some lawyers like me, some a lot of founders as well. And I guess I let the networking happen more naturally, but we organized some fun activities like vision board making, sound healing, and yoga. And I'm
Wow, very
really,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, honestly, if I
Yeah.
knew you back then, I would have invited you for it as well and made sure you booked a ticket all the way to Dubai to
But
join us.
I would have loved to join you guys. I mean, it's really sounding very interesting.
So yeah, I think I'm also really passionate about organizing events and building a community, and I'm just so excited about the opportunities that happen when people approach networking not from a I want to get something out of this kind of lens, but I want to build genuine friendships and relationships, and we help each other. And instead of competing
Hmm.
against each other, we help everyone grow. And I think 10 Leaves also has that spirit inside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I also feel I feel people, when you meet and have a mutual purpose, then the growth is tremendous there. I mean, it's very beautiful. The entire journey is beautiful.
Yeah. And it really requires genuine people who are not threatened by each other.
Absolutely.
They're secure in their
Hmm.
own skills, their own knowledge, and also themselves as people.
Right. So, Andal, do you think you're a people's person?
Definitely. All my roles have been customer centric, client centric, and I'm definitely a people's person more than anything else.
Even in personal life?
Um, Yes, I would think so. I do enjoy spending a certain amount of time just reading, maybe watching documentaries, reading more about my field, but in general, fiction as
Hmm.
well. So I think I do need my hours where I am a little isolated so I can recharge. But in
Hmm.
general, I feel more energized by interactions with people, and I would feel drained if I felt lonely and that I didn't get that kind of interaction and connection.
Okay, and okay, moving on to the next question, Andal. I think you've been with Legability by 10 Leaves for about 6 months now.
Yes, we got confirmed quite recently, I think, the new batch of joinees.
Yes, yes, I remember. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Andal, tell me, how has the whole experience been, and what has stood out to you the most?
Well, um, I think I haven't seen a place with such a horizontal hierarchy structure where everyone feels like they have some involvement in the decision making, whether
Hmm.
it's on how to approach a client, or the services that we perform, and some amendments to the entire structure of maybe an LOE or a proposal, but also in the company policies itself, on vacation policies and benefits policies. Like every Friday, we have this meeting with all the teams present, and we discuss all of our concerns, managers to executive level. Everyone gets to chime in their opinions, and everyone is heard. So
Hmm.
that's one of the best parts of 10 Leaves. I also like that we spend some time working outside our offices, but we're very entrenched in the fintech ecosystem and the startup ecosystem. We have these days, I think, once or twice a month, where we work from 25 hours, which is known for being this meeting hub of people from the virtual assets community, the AI startup community, the wealth management community. And we get to see a lot of our clients, and we get to work within the same rooms and within the same halls as them. Also, how we sit in the DIFC Innovation Hub, and we move around the co-working spaces. I think it increases accessibility for founders when they want to approach us and to just get updates from us, and it makes us feel very hands-on, especially because we
Hmm.
have a lot of outsourced activities where our employees are outsourced compliance officers or finance officers or legal support. So it makes them feel like we are also part of their companies and we're not just a service provider, but um, we're an essential part of their companies also. And yeah, I do love that about 10 Leaves. We're very employee first and client first at the same time, which is quite difficult to juggle.
I don't remember any big change or decision, happening without the teams, without listening to the team first. And it's always a collective effort. It's always a collective decision. Like we all come together, talk about it, and then final. If any change is needed, it is, that's how it is made. So that's great about 10 leaves, I think.
Yeah, I'm just so happy that we all have the mutual experience of all of these benefits.
Yeah, very true. Okay, so Andal, before I close this, this session and this, before we end this podcast, let's have a quick one-word rapid fire. You up for it?
Okay, I'll try my best.
This is about you, your work, everything about you. Okay, so okay, quickly choices then. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl, unfortunately.
So am I. Don't worry. Okay. One book that you would recommend.
Ayn Rand's The Fountainhead.
Okay. One technology you're very excited about.
Claude and AI, and the fact that founders can build their ideas without any technical knowledge. Sorry, that's more than one word, but yeah.
No, no. I don't think anybody can describe AI and Claude in one word, so it's completely okay. Okay. One city you'd love to work from for a month.
So there's this program called the Network School, and it's in Singapore, but I think they change their cities every now and then. It's a
Mhm.
community for founders to work remotely, but all together in like this very futuristic kind of community where they have workout classes and workshops on AI and emerging tech and virtual assets. And it usually helps co-founders meet each other, but
Mhm.
it also helps service providers find new clients. So I think I'd love to try the network school at some point.
Okay, but then that doesn't answer my question really. Sorry. I want to know I want to know one city that you would want to work from.
San Francisco to explore the tech
Uh,
scene.
okay, so it's all about tech. Okay. Okay. A lawyer you admire.
Um, I would say the Chief Justice, the former Chief Justice of India, Mr. Chandrachud. I've listened to his lectures in law school, and he was the chief guest for our convocation ceremony. And I truly feel that he embodies his values and he really understands the Indian sentiments and the Indian jurisprudence, but he's also future thinking as well. So he does a great
Mhm.
job at being a justice. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Last one. One word that describes Andal today. One
Um,
word.
Ambitious because I'm really excited about where my career is going. I love what I do and I'm ready to build and grow.
Yeah. I think that is also the first thing anybody would notice about you, that you're very ambitious.
Well,
Yes.
I try to be. I think I do focus on trying to develop a work-life balance as well. I've realized the importance of it. I've realized that it's good to prevent burnout, especially if you want to be ambitious. So yeah, I think some maturity is
Hmm.
also kicking in that area.
No, no, but I think you're doing great. And I think I mean, it was great to have you, and this chat was really interesting. I had a good time. So thank you for joining us today and sharing your journey with us.
Thank you so much, Bhumika. I had a great time talking to you, and I loved your questions. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's been fascinating to hear about your journey and how you've built a career by following curiosity, rather than convention. So, Before we end, do you want to say anything to our listeners, Andal?
Yes, I think if you're just starting in the field of being a CSP executive or a legal professional or anything corporate, I would advise that you build and create publicly, as in post on Twitter, post on LinkedIn, any platform that you have your community in, your clients, and your future employers as well. Just build, just write a little bit every day, whatever little you know, write about your experiences, and just let everyone see your growth as well. Opportunities will come your way.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think that's a great advice. All right. Thank you so much, Andal. And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Life at 10. We will be back soon with another conversation featuring the people behind 10 Leaves. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining.